I'm getting heaps of questions how to buy Equal, and there is a bit of a process to do it because you need to be on the Fantom network. You need to have some funds on chain or on Fantom network. So I'm going to run through and show you. By the end of it, you're going to see how you can transfer or swap some FTM into some Equal. Okay, so stick with us. Few things to run through, and I'm going to take you from like you're at the point where you're on a centralized exchange, just to show you, because a lot of people may never have been on chain at all. And if you are, then you're going to have to download this thing called the Ravi wallet. Now that's a wallet that will allow you to operate on chain. Very simple wallet. It'll have a setup that looks like this, and it's something that you can download here at ravi.io. So download that for Chrome and put it on. That's going to allow you to send some tokens so that you can start to interact with our platform and buy some Equal. So quickly want to show you Dex Screener. Great tool if you're going to be trading, you're going to be looking to buy or sell any of these tokens. There's a whole list of every token that's sitting there on the blockchain, pretty much anything that has liquidity. So come in here, great place to have a look at. I'm going to show you how you get yourself to the point where you can purchase some FTM. So you do that on a centralized exchange. So in a lot of cases, you might have bought Bitcoin or something like that in the past. The same thing. So on Binance and on Kraken, they both have direct access to the FTM network. If you don't have access to the FTM network through the centralized exchange you're using, you'll have to move to something like Ethereum and then move across to FTM. And I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So there are a few steps to get through. But for this case here, we've got some FTM. We bought it on the centralized exchange like Binance, and now we want to send it. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the spot assets here. Now all of them are going to be similar, right? If you look at Kraken, it's got a transfer crypto section where you come down and you find your account, so to speak, and then when you're in there, you can deposit, you can withdraw. Pretty self-explanatory when you're at this stage here, okay? So what I want you to do then is, let's say you're going to use Binance. It's all very similar, but you hit the withdraw button, and that's going to take us to a page here which will allow us to withdraw those FTM that we're looking to send to the Fantom network, okay? We need to be on the Fantom network to buy Equal. So if you come along here and you've set your wallet up, hopefully you've already got a wallet, but if you've set it up, then it will be sitting here and need some funds. What you're going to do is you're going to come in here and copy your wallet address. Make sure it's your wallet address, because when you paste it in here, those tokens, those funds, those FTM are going to be sent to that address, okay? Then you select your network. You can see there's other networks here, Ethereum, BSC, that's the Binance Smart Chain. Make sure you use the FTM network because you need to be on the FTM network. As you can see here, we've got 100 FTM. So I've just hit the max button. We're going to send that 100 FTM. So it's as simple as that. You hit the withdraw, it says continue. It's going to ask us to input some stuff here. Basically just some security. We're quickly typing those in. It's going to send us another, it wants us to do another security check. This is to get your funds off, all right? So don't stress at all. You're just going to have to go through and input these details here. And as I said, it's different for every exchange that you're using. So I've got a little code here. I'll put that in as well. Let's get these funds off and into our wallet. So it's waiting for approval. It might take a little while to come across, all right? And I'm going to show you because I've got some FTM already sitting there. So don't stress. You can always go and have a look. You can see down here, here's the confirmation. If you click on this, it'll then show you what's occurring and you'll see when it comes to your address. So you're waiting for that FTM to show up now, basically. And you could have done that on Binance. You could have done that on Kraken. And then let's just say what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play devil's advocate and say you're using an exchange that you had to go to Ethereum mainnet. So you bought some Ethereum instead and you put it on Ethereum mainnet. What you would do is on our dApp, Equalizer.exchange, we have what we call a bridge, and you can find it here. So if you come along to the cross-chain swaps, you click on here and you can easily bridge assets across using one of these two bridges, right? There's Stargate and there's Squid. But let's just say you did get that Ethereum and you moved it across. You couldn't get directly to the FTM network. Because if you get to the FTM network, you're done. You can now start to buy. But let's just say you had to come to here with Ethereum instead first. You put the amount that you want to send, and you can send that directly from Ethereum to Fantom using your wallet. And some people might already be on another network, already have funds sitting there on Ethereum, or say Binance or Optimism or wherever it's sitting now, and you can easily come across and do that changeover of network now to get your tokens on FTM. So it's pretty simple. You're just going to have to submit here. It'll probably ask you for an approval. Hit submit. I'm not going to do it. It's going to bring up a transaction, and that would then, sometimes it takes between 20 minutes to come from mainnet, 20, 30 minutes. Your FTM would then be sitting in your wallet. You'd be ready to interact. We're not going to make that swap because we don't have to. Let's get into the exciting part, all right? We're on the Fantom network. We're on equalizer.exchange/swap. We're on the swap page here. So we come in and we basically go, we want to buy some equal, right? So at the moment you can see I could swap out of that equal, or I could switch it around and buy some equal with the FTM there. Let me just bring it up because it's not coming up exactly how I want. Just come back to that page there because I did a reset. So we've got the FTM. You can see the FTM sitting in our wallet, right? I don't know if that 100 came through yet, but I've got FTM there. So I type in a number that I'm comfortable to swap. Let's swap 500 FTM into equal. So what that's doing is it's going into the background. It's looking for the best possible way to get you that equal, okay? So you're on the FTM network. You're on Fantom. We've got 500 FTM here in our wallet already that we want to buy equal with. It's very, very simple at this point. The hardest bit is getting to the chain. Once you're on Fantom, you can swap in and swap out using our DApp at any point. So it's as simple as hitting the swap button down here. And what that's going to do is it triggers a transaction here, okay? Now, if you've never done a transaction before, it's going to ask you for an approval. And then you've got to sign that approval, and then a couple of seconds later, 10, 20 seconds later, it'll bring up another one and allow you to swap. Because I've done these swaps before and I've already created approvals to do that swap from FTM, it doesn't ask me for that. So it's as simple as this. And the best thing about something like Ravi is it's showing you the 500 FTM into equal, and it's showing you exactly what you're going to get, okay? So it's as simple as hitting confirm, sign, confirm that transaction, and you'll see now that 43 equal that we just bought are going to then transfer directly into your wallet. So we're waiting for the transaction to approve on chain. You'll see a little box come up here to say that it's confirmed once it's confirmed, but we've already bought the equal. As long as the transaction doesn't revert, and that can occasionally happen, the equal is pretty much bought now. You can see, swap the tokens. You can see the balance increased here. If you come into the wallet and you open it up, you'll then be able to see in this wallet, if you shoot down here, you can come in and see the equal sitting in the wallet there, okay? So this here, it hasn't actually quite updated, but those equal, there they are sitting there in that wallet now. So everything's occurred there. I'm going to go one step further and I'm going to show you that transaction on chain. And I want to show you that because we're starting on a journey. If you're buying equal and you're starting to operate on chain, I want you to see FTM scan. I want you to see how it all worked. See how your tokens got swapped into various tokens, because we used an aggregator to do that, right? To give you a really good swap. And effectively then at the bottom here, you can see what it did to make sure it gave you the best price possible. And then at the bottom here, you're seeing that equal that it's giving you. So what it did is it swapped so many tokens in the background. You don't even have to know it happened, but to make sure it got you the best price possible on those equal tokens. And you can see that now. So if you go into your wallet, you can see every transaction that's occurred there. But at the end of the day, the beauty is you can see it's confirmed. It's all done on chain. A minute ago, you got your FTM, was swapped into your equal. You can easily do more of these. You can swap 50% of your stack for equal. And what it's going to do in the background, it's just going to find you a quote. Think of it like that. But what you're doing here is very, very similar to how you operate on a centralized exchange, except now you've come to the FTM network. You're sitting on Fantom, a layer 1 that allows you to conduct yourself and do swaps in the tokens that sit on that network and interact with all the smart contracts that are deployed there.